Hey guys, it's been quite a while since I've posted a video up on this channel here, and I think the last video I posted was showing this van I got for free. Maybe I'll put a picture in right about here or something. And you guys wanted the story on, or I said I was going to give you the story on how I got this thing for free. And I'm sorry, I've just been really busy with work. I haven't had time to really film anything, so I figured while I'm installing a new stereo into the van here, I would just give you a bit of the background and the story of how I got this van. So this van is a 2000 Dodge Grand Caravan Sport. It's got the 3.8 liter V6 engine in it. You know, nice, reliable, solid engine. And I wasn't really looking for another vehicle at the moment, but kind of always thought, you know, it'd be a nice thing to have, you know, a second vehicle, something that I can drive to work and back, and you know, my wife can have a vehicle at home then, in case she needs to go run somewhere with her and the kids. And I got a phone call from my sister, and she's like, "Yeah, you know, do you want a van?" It's like, "Well, not really. I'm not looking for one." She's like, "Well, you know, a friend of mine, you know, he's getting rid of it." And I was like, "Okay, well, how much do you want for it?" And, I need the solid gray. And I was like, "Well, how much do you want for it?" She said he didn't want anything for it. Just take it off his hands, free. It's like, okay. Well, what's the catch? Because I know my sister's background and her history, and I also know she doesn't hang around with the most pleasant of people, and you know, they're kind of the people you'd want to stick away from unless you want to get dragged down the path of, you know, criminal activity, drugs, theft, that kind of crap. It's like, well, I really don't want it, because I don't know what the outcome's gonna happen, you know, I don't know if it's stolen or not, but it's like, you know, free, okay. Well, I asked, you know, what the catch is. She said, well, it was broken down on the highway with a wheel off. I was like, oh, okay, well, why doesn't the guy just repair it? Turns out, the dude has no license. He's had multiple DUIs and can't register vehicles, or can't drive them, something like that. And with the wheel off, he was afraid that if the police showed up while he was there waiting for a tow truck or something, that, you know, driving without a license. Now he's really hooped. So I figured, okay, well, sure, you know, I'll come there, I'll get the keys, and I'll get the registration from you. He's like, oh, well, I've only got the keys. It's like, okay, well, I'll grab the keys, I'll go to the van, I'll get the registration from you, or from the van, and then I'll come back and I'll get you to sign the registration. Turns out, this van was not actually registered in his name. It was his mom's van. His mom happens to be a manager of a grocery store close by here. And I guess she had registered it for him so that he would have a vehicle to drive. Nice of her to let her son drive a vehicle that is in her name while he's you know, known for having DUIs multiple times and known in the criminal activity life. Anyways, I was like, okay, well, I got the keys from him. I had the bill of, or no, the registration, and I figured, well, worst case is I'll call the mom. And I got the number to the mom, called her, and said, hey, you know, this is the scenario. You know, is your son allowed to sell this van? It's like, oh yeah, no, you know, if he doesn't want it anymore, by all means. It's like, okay. I was like, well, can I come out there and get the registration, you know, signed from you because it's in your name? She's like, oh, no, just sign it yourself, and if anything happens, I'll vouch for it. I thought, okay, well, this is kind of sketchy, but whatever. You know, the mom said she'd vouch for it. I figured, well, I guess it's worth a try then. So I got the van, took it to my workplace, and spent about $500 or so fixing it up. It needed, on the driver rear was the wheel off, and it needed wheel studs, new lug nuts obviously, brake rotor, or sorry, not rotor, brake drum, brake shoes. Needed a master, or not a master cylinder, needed a wheel cylinder back there too. Okay, well, if I'm doing that, I'm getting shoes, might as well get a rotor, or a drum. I work with so many brake rotors now that I mix up all the time. So I ended up getting 2 new drums, 5-wheel lug nuts and studs. Put those in on that side and on the rear passenger side there. And got the van running and driving. Had a bit of a transmission leak. Turns out the dude told me the transmission oil pan was leaking. Big deal. Throw some Ford automotive silicone on it from the, from Ford dealers themselves. That stuff's amazing. It'll seal up oil pans, gaskets, way better than Permatex because it's high temperature as well. It works great. Anyways, got up there and was like, well, the oil pan's not leaking. The transmission cooler lines, just the screw clamp, hose clamps, they were just all loose. Tighten that up, good to go. Put a new, what I'll do to it. Actually, I've got some of the bills here. A sway bar end link kit, because the two front sway bar end links were completely blown apart. Oil cap, just because it was broken. And then the oil pressure sender switch that's under the engine, right near the oil filter, that was leaking as well. I replaced that along with the wheel studs and all that. Didn't really do too much of this van. Ended up putting about $500 into it, and then tried to go register it. Yeah, maybe I should have done that first, maybe not, I don't know. Mom said she'd vouch for it, so I took her on her word at that. Anyways, I go to register it, and SGI, which is Saskatchewan Government Insurance, that's the only vehicle insurance you can get here in Saskatchewan, Canada. I went to go play it, and they're like, it came back stolen. It's like, well, it's not stolen because I have the van in my possession, legally, or supposedly legally. I told them the scenario at the insurance office. I said, I called the mom. Go ahead and give her a call, and she said that she would vouch for me because it's her van that her kid was using. So they called the mom. Mom vouched, thankfully. So the van is registered fully legally in my name. But turns out this kid's van broke down, and he figured he could try and get some free auto repairs out of me for it. Give me the van, I fix it up. I go to register it, comes back stolen, he gets the van back, right? The insurance company would call and be like, yeah, you've got your van here, that was reported stolen, and he's going to get it back, everything's repaired. If that was the case and I couldn't actually register this vehicle, well, I guess I'd be ripping off all the parts I put onto it, and because I threw out all the old parts into the trash can, have fun getting your van back. So, that kind of pissed me off that he did this. But thankfully, it was registered in his mom's name. If the van was in his name, unfortunately, I think it would have been taken back. Even with the bill of sale, if I were to sell a vehicle, let's say my Mazda that's parked out beside here, if I were to sell it, I could sign the bill of sale, the amount I sold it for, yada yada. Thing is, that's just a piece of paper. I've had bills of sale from people without the seller's signature on it, and SGI's registered the vehicle. No problem. It's easy enough for me to go say, no, that's not my signature. Somebody found my signature somewhere and copied it. Now, my signature is never 100% the same, because my writing's really messy. It honestly just looks like a bunch of scribbles. So it wouldn't have been hard for somebody, like me, to go to SGI after I sell a vehicle and report it stolen and say that it was a forged bill of sale. And SGI will unfortunately go with the current owner of the vehicle, the one who had the title, like me. My car, I sell it, say it's stolen, SGI sides with me, for the most part. Unless the dude has actual video or hard, solid evidence that I sold the van or the car or whatever vehicle to him, technically, I could report it stolen. So, unfortunately, that's what this guy tried to do, and didn't work out so well for him. Now, so far that's been almost a month ago already, 3 weeks ago, and nothing's come out of it. So, obviously he's either too scared to come by and say the van was his or try to steal it or something. I don't know. But anyways, that is the story on how I got this van for free. $500 into it, $100 tow truck bill. It's a $600 van. Not bad at all. So, this thing runs beautiful. I'm in the middle of repairing stereo wire in it right now, putting a new stereo in. So I can't really fire it up. I don't want anything to touch or short or anything like that. But if you guys enjoyed this video, drop me a thumbs up, comment below if you want to see more videos. Hopefully I can do, you know, a few more videos more frequently. But like I said, I've been really busy at the shop, working full time there. And I don't feel that it's appropriate to pull up my phone and film something on a customer's vehicle without their approval or permission. Now I know legally wise, I can do so. I can take out my phone, I can film whatever I'm doing on a vehicle, and I can post it. But out of respect for the customer, I don't really want to, you know, unless, in case they recognize their vehicle. Come across a video on YouTube or something, who knows? You know, if something really crazy happens, yeah, maybe I'll film it. But fortunately, I don't have time to be filming regular. But anyways, I'll catch you guys later. See ya.